In preparation for the Threadripper build, the Blue Angel has now been disassembled, and the internals have been placed in this, the Cooler Master Half XB Evo case. This case is still available, and it still has class-leading ventilation, but with all these holes in it, it ain't half noisy. Hi and welcome again to Tech It Out. When I first started this channel, one of the first series of videos I uploaded was my Blue Angel build. It was based around a 4790K Intel processor, built onto an Asus Ranger 7 motherboard. The case that I chose for it was this. This is the Phanteks Enthoo Pro. It's an ATX case, and feature-wise and specification for cost, this was one of the best value cases around at the time, and still remains so today. It came in white, which is my favourite colour, and it had wonderful large windows in the side, so you got a good view of the internals. It also had, as I said, quite a high specification. One of the things I did like about it was the way the doors hinged before you took them off. It made it a lot easier than trying to fight with doors when you were trying to build the actual system itself. If I just remind us then of the specification of this, but if you want to, you can see the full videos because they are still there uploaded. The Enthoo Pro, as I said then, is a full ATX case, and it came with everything that you see here. It's a black and white build, a nice high contrast. It came with a 200mm front fan assembled with it, and very good ventilation. It came with some of the best cable management at the time, with Phanteks being the first manufacturer to supply Velcro cable ties. Also, it had a 6-port fan hub and space for 6 hard drives in fully removable cages and an additional 2 SD drives. At the rear, it came with 8 PCIe slots. The PSU was fitted to the bottom. Inside, it came with a ready assembled 120mm rear fan. At the bottom, you had a filter for the PSU, and on the front you had another filter for another bottom mounted fan if you wish to install one. It also had a hub with 2 USB 3, 2 USB 2, audio and a reset switch, which was handily hidden away underneath the flap. At the top you have a power switch and wire meshing ready for the fitting of a full-size water cooling radiator. So that's the Enthoo Pro. So I started looking around to see if it was something that I could replace it with, something better. The first thing I came across was this. This is another Cooler Master. This is the Cosmos C700P, a beautiful looking case, a little on the large side, but I fancy it doesn't have quite the ventilation I require for the Threadripper build, and also it's quite expensive. The second I looked at was another Cooler Master. This time it was the Masterbox 5. Again though, the ventilation didn't look too good with the flat panel being on the front, and the interior didn't look quite as nice and neat and tidy. This though, the newest of the cases from Cooler Master, is a real stunner, and it has everything, ticks every box. The only problem is the price. It's way out of my range. The same applies to my next choice. This is the Silverstone RL06. Again, great ventilation, a beautiful build, but no optical bay, and I'm one of those few people who still needs a Blu-ray player because I have a large collection. Next I went to Thermaltake, and I looked at this, the Thermaltake Versa C24, a beautiful case with some lovely curves and RGB lighting, but again no optical drive bay. I even considered the Thermaltake W100, but this is really a tank of a case and comes with battle tank pricing as well, but it is absolutely a stunner. What did I decide on in the end? What could I possibly replace my Phanteks Enthoo Pro case with? I needed something that had really good ventilation. It had to have a drive bay for an optical drive, and it had to look modern. So I decided on this. This is going to be the case for my new Threadripper build. And yes, it's the Phanteks Enthoo Pro with a few modifications and updates. Now you might just say to yourself, it's the same case. All you've done is painted the front mesh and the drive bay and the hub white. In fact, I've even painted the PCI slot covers in white as well. So what is the difference? Well, there is one major difference, one major update. And I'll show you that now. Instead of the one large window and a small window, you have full toughened glass, the whole width of the side of the actual case. If you're wondering what these red dots are, they are just there to stop me bumping into it when it was stored on the side, kicking it and breaking it. As you can see, it just slots in and fits in and is held in place by 3 neodymium magnets. All you have to do is grab the top one, which is a bit thicker, and pull it. They are very strong magnets and hold the glass absolutely firmly. It's not going to fall off. So this is it then. This is the case for my build. There was one more thing though. I wanted better connectivity. I wanted more than just the 2 USB 3 and 2 USB 2 ports. I wanted card slots. I wanted USB 3.1 and USB 3.1 Gen 2. So I bought a hub and I adjusted the case a little, and I think it looks as if it was meant to be there. If I had the money to actually buy a case, then this is the case that I would probably have gone for. This is a stunning case from Phanteks. It has everything that you could possibly want in a case. In fact, it has everything and more. You can do a full water cooling solution in it. You can configure it any way you want. It's fully demountable, and you can take the parts out and put parts in whichever way you want to make it exactly as you want. You can configure it in all sorts of ways. The doors are hinged. The front panels come off. You can change out radiators. In fact, you can actually place 4, if not 5 radiators in here if you want. 1 in the front, the top, 2 in the bottom, and then you could even put 1 in the back as well. I think the video does really show the extent of how good this case is. This is just a single build, but you can also do a dual build PC in here. So you could in effect have a gaming PC and a productivity PC, or simply a server and a productivity PC, or even some sort of a home theatre system together with your gaming or productivity PC. You can even place your graphic cards vertically, though I'm not quite sure why you'd want to do that with water cooled. Maybe with fan cooled to show off the card itself, because they do look a little better. Multiple drive arrays can be made, and there are so many options with this case. You could be here all day, but it does come at a price, and it is a price that I couldn't afford. I'm not unhappy that I couldn't afford it. In fact, I'm really happy with what I've got because it is personal to me. The Phanteks Enthoo Pro that I have built, the TGW Glacier edition, is a one-off, and nobody else has one. It's the Phanteks case you cannot buy. For now then, from me, until the next video, where I'll be unboxing the Threadripper and the rest of the ancillaries. Thank you for watching.